Happy Friday. Good morning. I am at the Hyundai dealership. I've got a couple of these, and I want to talk to you guys today about meekness. Have you ever had a time when you were working with somebody and you probably wanted to punch them in the face for acting crazy? Yeah, that happened to me once before. Once I was working with somebody and he didn't quite have all the information and kind of started spreading some stuff around the workplace that wasn't quite true. And I remember thinking, why would you do that? How could you do that? You know? But it actually turned out to be really good. Let me tell you what happened. I began to use meekness. Meekness is a word that I think has a very big misconception. Most people think meekness means you just sit back and allow things to happen and you just be nice and take it. Here's a good definition of meekness. It's expecting injury while maintaining character. Okay, so character, when we think about character is that patience, joy, humility, self-control. It is goodness. It is love. So those are the characteristics of character. So how do you put the two together? Expecting injury while maintaining character. Number one, expecting injury. Let's look at traffic. When somebody weaves in and out, if you're truly expecting injury, you should expect that. If you wake up really late and you need to be at work and every light is red and you got the slowest person in front of you, expect that. That's called wisdom. But then the second part is while maintaining character, your character. Here's how you do that part. Chill out. Peace. Self-control. Understanding life will be as it will be. Now, if I go back to my story, here's how I handled that coworker. When I found out that that was happening, in order for me to be okay and allow the emotion to go down, I remember the definition: expecting injury. Well, expecting it from who? People. When you do that, what I found for myself is it actually creates a space. A space for me to breathe, and a space for me to, more importantly, allow each person to be as they are. That's the wisdom of meekness. Expecting injury, meaning that I don't have to change anybody. I don't have to fix anybody. I don't have to make it where, man, why would you do that? It's okay. But if I'm going to maintain character, how do I balance the two? And so here's what I had to do. For me to maintain character and have peace, I did confront the issue openly, asking questions. But the other thing I did is this. I looked and asked myself the first question before I did anything. What's up, Delilah? How are you? We're talking about meekness today. So before I asked a question or even confronted anything, my first question was, Kevin, how did you contribute to this misperception? What could you have done differently? And what did you do that could be misconstrued to even make somebody do what they did? Now that's a good one. Because rather than focusing on somebody else's actions and what they're doing, I had to focus on me and look inside and say, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I think when I was doing what I was doing to contribute to it, my mind was not on my original intention to contribute. My mind was somewhere else. My actions were kind of somewhere else. So as a result, I wasn't exactly being my highest and best like I normally am. And that could have led to what that coworker did. And then I asked another question: how are you feeling while all this was going on? And what energy were you putting off, Kevin? That was another good one, because I realized if I'm not in the game here and I'm not in the game here in the heart, then what energy could I be putting off that could make somebody misperceive my intentions and my actions? See, that meekness is interesting. I got the expecting injury part. People are going to be who they're going to be. But the more I looked at how do I maintain character, and the more I started looking at how would I have self-control in this situation, what did I do? How could I still be gentle, kind, patient? How could I maintain my peace? And even importantly, my joy, even though things are happening externally. The more I looked at me, the more the answer was a lot more complete. I stopped projecting on somebody else, anger. Why would you do that? And I started asking myself more questions and say, you know what? I think I kind of helped with the misperception. So when I finally got that peace and got that answer, here's what I did. I went back and I put my head back in the game. I put my heart back in the game. And as I kind of focused on my own actions, I didn't even worry about what happened over there. All of a sudden, a joy began to radiate. What's up, Sandy? How are you? We're talking about meekness, our favorite word. But a joy began to radiate from within, because what was happening is the more I asked myself my own questions, all of a sudden, my own authentic power began to emerge. My own unique brilliance began to come forth. And I had self-control as I had the peace. I had humility and kindness. And what was so funny, I began making small talk with the person who gave the injury in the first place. That blew my mind, because imagine this. I'm doing the work. What's going on, Ms. Leah? I'm doing the work of meekness, but I'm watching myself doing it, and I'm feeling peace, and I'm feeling the emotion come back down. It was crazy. And yet it was me. So here's the moral of the story. When you use meekness and you expect injury, you expect people to be who they're gonna be, but you have to maintain character. Don't project on anybody else, but instead ask yourself the question, what did I do? Is it possible that some of my energy or wherever my head was, could I have possibly contributed to that misperception? How am I feeling right now? And what was I feeling then, so that my energy may have went out to somebody in the wrong way? And how can I get my character back? My peace, my joy, my gentleness, my kindness, my love, and my self-control, so that I don't go and project and snap somebody's head off and probably punch them. When you do that, I guarantee that authentic power within you will radiate in avalanches of abundance. You'll feel a generosity and a peace like none other before. And rather than letting those emotions just tear you apart and you, quote, have a bad day, within you begin to create and radiate your own joy that you give out to the world. And what was once starting as a bad day from somebody else's actions, as you cultivate your own meekness, expecting that injury, while maintaining character, man, there's a peace and abundance that passes all understanding. So that way, guys, I wish you a happy Friday, and just get in control of you. Happy Friday. This is the Morning Minute with Kevin. If this message is hitting you, please click like and click share. I want to see if this message reaches other people, especially people who may need it, people like me. Learning how to be brilliant while still maintaining duality of wondering, I don't have it all together, but I'm getting there. Happy Friday, guys. I appreciate you.